The Avengers game is almost here, and while most of us wait patiently for its arrival, some lucky few like my friends at Master Gaming got to play the beta. With that and the Spider-Man Miles Morales game also coming out later this year, it got me thinking, what other Marvel franchises could use a video game? Hello everyone, and welcome to my secret base. My name is Eddie, and today we'll look at some Marvel properties that should get video games in the next generation of consoles. Before we begin, remember to take 5 seconds to like, subscribe, and turn on those notifications. Alright, let's get started. Let's begin with the Guardians of the Galaxy. When originally introduced, the team was quite lackluster, but then it was rebooted in the mid-2000s and, well, it was still relatively unknown. However, all of that changed when the movie came out. And now the franchise is often many people's favorites, including myself, because I just love Mr. Blue Sky and Baby Groot, and they combined both of those things. Back in 2017, they actually got a Telltale game which was quite well received, but it just felt like they could do so much more with these characters. I think we should get a full-fledged game in the next generation as part of Marvel's game universe, which will see us control a few of the Guardians and maybe even Nova. This game could play similar to Uncharted, but should also include those amazing battles between spaceships. I would love to pilot the Milano or the Benatar, fighting off enemies while also avoiding asteroids, just all of that. Maybe we'll get the 1-inch man. Or imagine how fun it would be to play as Rocket with his large array of weapons. Or if you just want no struggle, just go ahead and play as either Drax or Groot. Man, just thinking about this gets me excited. All I could say is, I am Groot. Now, not all games have to be about heroes. We're in an era where villains are just love. Check out my video from last week for more information on that. Which is why I think we should get a game based on one of the most interesting villains Marvel has to offer. The Taskmaster. Why the Taskmaster? And not any other villain, you ask? That's because the guy's just so interesting, being able to learn the fighting style of anyone he encounters. Actually, we'll be seeing the Taskmaster in the Black Widow movie. I would love to see the Taskmaster get a game where you get hired by an organization, probably Hydra or the 10 Rings, and you have to complete different missions, perhaps make it more like an espionage type of game, or more like a regular RPG with side quests and main quests that you could take depending on how you feel. During the game, you should encounter different heroes, and as you battle them, you learn their fighting styles, similar to the stances in Ghost of Tsushima. This will be quite an interesting concept, but it will be so fun to play and mix match those styles that you learn throughout the game. Alright, going from a villain to an anti-hero, here we have Deadpool. I absolutely would love to see a Deadpool game in the next generation of consoles. The previous Deadpool game came out for the PS3 and the Xbox 360 and was ported to the PS4 and the Xbox One. It was an okay game in terms of gameplay, but it did develop a cult following. With the character right now as popular as ever, I think it's time to cash in and make a new Deadpool game. This should definitely be a hack and slash because, well, that's what Deadpool does, hack and slash. There are so many stories that this could cover, but I think this will be an original stories as with the rest of the Marvel game universe, which is absolutely great to me. The two biggest things this game needs to have right is 1, the jokes, and 2, the gameplay. Maybe you even get to play as other characters that find themselves stuck with our favorite merc with a mouth in his adventures, such as Cable and Domino. Maybe they could make it so that depending on the time of day of the game, the item that heals you changes. Pancakes in the morning, tacos in the afternoon, and chimichangas at night. And I'm sure everyone saw this coming from a mile away. The Fantastic Four. Y'all thought I was gonna say the X-Men. This game will play very similar to the Avengers game, having you play as a certain character for certain missions and letting you choose characters for others. The big bad here should definitely be Doctor Doom, but we should probably get other villains such as Mole Man, Red Ghost, Puppet Master, and Molecule Man appear as bosses. Maybe the DLC for this game would include outside members like Spider-Man, She-Hulk, Ghost Rider, and maybe even Ant-Man, all with their own storylines brought in for that DLC. I think this will be an amazing game that I would absolutely love to play, as I love the Fantastic Four. As with other games I've mentioned, it should be part of Marvel's game universe, maybe having the story pick up after the events of the Avengers game and Miles Morales' story. Perhaps it could be used to set in stone other potential games for characters that have been already teased, like Daredevil. Well, that is all for me this week. What other Marvel properties should get a game? Are you excited for the Avengers game? Let me know in the comments below. Remember to also check out some of the content on the screen right now, and also like my Facebook page, which you can find in the link below. See ya!